What's going on, guys? This is Gamezia bringing you another video, and today we're going to be looking at some tips. And these tips are questions that you guys in the comments have left, and these are going to be answers to these questions. Some of these questions will range from beginner status to where do I find a Pokemon with False Swipe to more advanced questions to where how do I encounter Pokemon more frequently. And some Pokemon actually in the game have a higher increased chance rate of getting them during a certain time of the day. With that being said, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to take a look at the first one on this list, and that first one's going to be False Swipe. So, if you don't know already, False Swipe is a move that does not lower a Pokemon's HP past 1, so it's very efficient to be able to catch Pokemon. So, these are a couple Pokemon that are able to learn the move. It's going to be Zangoose, Scizor, Nincada, Cubone, and if you're lucky, Trico. So, in this game, you cannot get a TM of False Swipe, so you have to get it learned by the Pokemon, so this is the only way to be able to get False Swipe. Next one we have on the list is going to be Sleep Powder or Hypnosis. Getting a Pokemon to sleep in this game makes it that much easier in order to catch it. So the ones I recommend for this are going to be Hoppip, and this is the top one with a base speed of 110 at the end of Jumpluff. It's so good, so definitely get this one and make sure it's a timid one. Another one I would get is Ghastly, as there's certain Pokemon that only have normal moves and it won't affect Ghastly at all. So those are the two I recommend highly. Another one that you can also get is Tangrowth, which is Tangela, and that one also has Sleep Powder. And Sleep Powder in this one has 75% accuracy, while Hypnosis only has 60%. Their status effect that's pretty useful is going to be Thunder Wave, which is going to be Paralyzed. So Jolteon and Magnezone on the very bottom right there are going to be my two choices for Thunder Wave. Alright, so just moving right down the list, we're going to be looking at special defense Pokemon and then just regular defense Pokemon. And the special defense are going to be Slowbro, Blitzy, Snorlax, Melodic. These are all pretty easy to get in the beginning of the game. And then best defense is going to be Steelix, Aggron, Rhyperior, and Skarmory. Gliscor is also a pretty unique Pokemon. It's ground and flying, so it can learn Roost, which is a good recovery move, and it also is immune to thunder attacks. So that's pretty cool Pokemon. These Pokemon are very good for if you just need fillers for your team. These ones will also be very useful for Guild Scramble, where you have to have more than 6 strong Pokemon. You will be using these ones throughout the game. Hopefully that answers a couple questions, along with how do I catch Pokemon and some Pokemon I need to be getting in the beginning in order to get better. So these were some of the beginner tips. Hopefully you guys learned something from that, but now we're going to be moving on to the advanced tips. So we're going to be talking about how to encounter legendary Pokemon with a higher success rate during certain times of the day. This only works with Pokemon that have more monsters in their bracket than other Pokemon. So for Zapdos this does not work because Zapdos during the whole 0 to 24 hour period only has Magnemite and Voltorb during the whole time. It does not have another time period where other Pokemon come out. Same with Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl also only has the same amount of Pokemon come out during each time period. So this is going to work for Snorlax, Articuno, and Moltres. So I'm going to be explaining what this chart means. So for Snorlax, we're going to look at, so we established on the left hand side that Legendary's 5% chance, Epic's 10% chance, 25% chance for Rare, so on and so forth. So when we look at the Snorlax, at 1700 is going to be when Weeping Bell is there. So when we look at Weeping Bell adds another Epic chance to the already 3 Pokemon that are already there. So you have a higher chance of getting another Pokemon, so it's going to be a 135% chance of getting another Pokemon compared to 125% chance, which means the lower percent chance is better, so you have a higher chance of getting the legendary. So to add another Pokemon to the already 3 that are going to pop up for 24 hours, don't try to get Snorlax during the 1600 time to the 1800 time. So again, we're going to be using the same logic as we did with Snorlax, except with Articuno here. So if we look at Articuno's time, at 1900 he's going to have a chance for Jinx to pop up. So from 1800 to 600 is going to be when Jinx pops up, and that's going to be a 10% epic chance to get Jinx. So if you guys look at the other part of it, from 600 to 1800, it's going to be a Grimer and a Coughing. So that adds more of a chance because the quite rares and commons give a higher chance of encountering. So what happens is when you are looking for a Grimer and Coughing, you're actually increasing your chance of not finding a legendary because it's easier to find those. But when you try to find a Jinx, it's a lot harder because epics are harder to find also. So you get a higher chance to find Articuno. So if we look at the graph over here, you get a 130% chance compared to a 190% chance of finding something else. So you want the 130% chance. So to look for Articuno, if you take anything out of this, you're going to look from 1800 to 600 when Jinx is there. And you'll have a higher chance of encountering Articuno than if you were to go with the other times. So next one we have is going to be Moltres. So Moltres again is going to be the same exact idea that we've been placing forth before, and so at 700 is going to be Fearow, and so 600 to 1800 Fearow appears, and Fearow is a harder Pokemon to get because it's a rare. So rare is 25%, and so if you compare it to the other time, which is 1800 to 600, which is the only other different time because the other one's 24 hours, the 1800 to 600 has a common, which is Cubone. So you want to do the Fearow because Cubone adds another Pokemon that you can get instead of the legendary. So what you want to do is you want to catch Moltres at 600 to 1800 when Fearow is there. So hopefully you guys understood the math behind it, but if not, I'm going to be leaving down the description below. I'm going to be leaving what the best times were for which Pokemon and kind of give you guys an idea of which ones are better. So this isn't a 100% surefire way of getting them, but it does increase your odds of encountering a legendary Pokemon. Right guys, so we're going to be wrapping it up here, but for the last tip I'm going to be giving you guys, I'm going to leave it down in the description and it's going to be playing in the video above, just the text, but this website is the website I use to get most of my movesets. So a lot of people are asking, hey, what moveset for this Pokemon? This is such a great way to find out what moveset you want for your Pokemon. So there's a lot of Pokemon that you may not know just because there's so many. So this site will let you know, and if you guys have any more questions about movesets, things like that, don't be afraid to ask. I'll answer those to the best of my abilities, but this site will do a lot of the research for you. They do a ton of competitive battling, and this is a very competitive site for those moves. So that's it for this video guys. If you guys have any other questions about these tips, leave a comment below, but if you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos, please subscribe. And this is Gamezia signing out.